Wassup YouTube, PokePrimer here, finally ready to deliver you our week number 5 matchup in the PU Power Draft League. I think it's week 5. I could be entirely wrong. Let's find out real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Week 5, and we are taking on Brawler 456 and the Lake City Liepard. His team consists of Mesprit, Hitmonlee, Skuntank, Magmar, Articuno, Sawsbuck, Sea King, Wigglytuff, Furret, Dusclops, Rotom Fan, and Alolan Golem. And his Z Crystal users are Skuntank and Mesprit. So, going to be interesting to see what he does with those two. Could be a very, very interesting game for sure with those. But a couple things to note. Hitmonlee is a massive, massive threat. Whether it's like Choice Scarf Reckless or if it's an Unburdened set, the thing can be a massive, massive threat to our team, and I'm really not looking forward to dealing with that. So hopefully we can find a way around that. Mesprit is annoying, can be very bulky. Skuntank is a problem, always a problem, because it only has that one weakness. And we don't exactly have any stab ground coverage on our team at all, so that's a thing. Other than that, like his team's just kind of a little bit well-rounded. Nothing too crazy, but nothing that's like not scary in its own way. So hopefully we can pull out a W here still, regardless. And the first one we're going to be bringing to try to do that is discount our Silvally Ghost. We're bringing Silvally Ghost because this is kind of like a good stop to Hitmonlee. Because, fun fact, Knockoff does not get the boosted damage on a Silvally form, trying to hit its memories. And other than that, Hitmonlee cannot hit us with its stabs, and we can also spin block on the Hitmonlee as well, which is real nice. So Hitmonlee can't really touch us, which is cool, and we can like beat him down with like a multi-attack or some shit, because his Fizz Def is a little bit weaker than his Spidef, a little bit weaker, I think Hitmonlee's the one who's got weaker on the Fizz Def side, so that's cool. Regardless, he's not that great on defenses anyway, so we can really beat him down, but this thing is set to be faster than base 85 Speedmons, I think. I think they tap out at like, yeah, base 85, which I think is the Articuno, if I remember correctly. So that we have the Rock Slide for that as well. So we can hit that as hard as possible because it can be a very, very bulky threat. So I'm trying to eliminate that ASAP, and it is 4 times weak to rocks, so I'm gonna go for that. But regardless, we have multi-attack, Parting Shot, Rock Slide, Defog. Multi-attack will hit the majority of his team decently hard. He does have some normal types in Sawsbuck, Wigglytuff, and Furret that he can go into on that, which would be annoying, but we also do have the Parting Shot to kind of predict those to come in, and we can Parting Shot out, weaken them, and then capitalize off of those Mons. We have the Rock Slide for that Articuno. It can also hit the Magmar as well, which is cool, so that we don't have to actually make contact with it and potentially get flame-bodied. And then we have the Defog to keep hazards off our side of the field. Mesprit is a solid rocker for his team. Wigglytuff, I believe, also gets Stealth Rocks, so, and obviously Golem gets them as well, so we can get the rocks off with that, which would be nice. Next up, we have Kakashi, our Frogadier, bringing the Darkinium Z with the Protean ability. I'm making sure he is Protean this week, goddammit. We have Scald, Ice Beam, Rock Slide, and Dark Pulse. Again, Protean Rock Slide just to hit that Articuno with. We are running 240 speed to outspeed base 95s, things like the Sawsbuck and stuff sitting at base 95, so we can outspeed those. We have Scald to hit things like, to hit the Magmar and just overall have a stab move to click, potentially pick up burns on things, which would be nice. We have the Ice Beam for that Sawsbuck, which could be really cool to use the Ice Beam on Sawsbuck and see what happens. Hopefully we can just outright knock it out. Ice Beam will also hit the Rotom Fan. We have Rock Slide for that Articuno, which will be real nice to hit that thing with. Then we have the Dark Pulse, and just a stab, Darkinium Z Dark Pulse, is going to hurt most things. This is a good way to break through the Dusclops, as well as the Mesprit. If we can get it off against them, that'd be really, really cool. I think I just want to be able to nuke something with the Z Dark Pulse. I think that'd be really cool if we can. Hopefully we can. That'd be awesome if we can. But that is our Frogadier here. Just a nice solid offensive Frogadier set. Next up we have Blue Balls, our expert belt holding Electrode. We don't have to run speed investment this week because, funnily enough, his fastest Pokemon on his team is the base 95s. And they cap out at 317, so we will outspeed all of that. Which is cool, so we can run max HP, max special attack, modest nature with the expert belt, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Grass, and Toxic. The only reason we are bringing Hidden Power Grass because he doesn't have a ground type on his team. The only reason we're bringing Hidden Power Grass is we have two reasons for that. Well, actually, we have two reasons for HP Grass and one reason for Toxic. The two reasons for HP Grass are Seaking, which can have Lightning Rod, and I'm sure he's going to bring that because I'm sure he's seen that Electrode has been one of our most potent offensive threats this season. So we can hit that Seaking decently hard with that, and also for the Alolan Golem, because Alolan Golem is an electric type, so it could be a good solid switch into this thing if I didn't have the HP Grass to hit it with on switch-ins. Then we also have the Toxic. Toxic is important because of the Sawsbuck. Because Sawsbuck is a switch into this thing. This set is walled by Sawsbuck, but if I can get a Toxic off on that thing, then it will be worn down, and I can easily switch around to the appropriate mons and just beat it that way. So it's not the best situation, but it's not the worst. And actually, I'm going to look up real quick. What's Sawsbuck's ability? Sawsbuck gets Sap Sipper, which I could very well see it having, and that could be very interesting based upon another mon that we have on our team a little bit later. But we'll get to that. Next up, we are bringing Let It Rip, the Hitmontop, 252 HP. 168 into defense with an impish nature, with that intimidate ability, and an 88 into special defense. There's no particular reason for the spread. However, we are holding a Koba Berry, and the reason we are holding a Koba Berry is so that we can potentially Stone Edge the Articuno if it tries to Hurricane us. So, yes, that seems really stupid, but he has a couple different things that can use Flying type moves against us, and I feel like if I can pop the Koba Berry and we can hit it with a Stone Edge and knock it out, that'd be really great. So hopefully that instance happens. If the Koba Berry never pops, then the Koba Berry never pops, and that's still cool. But we have Toxic, so we can weaken down a lot of things you might want to switch into this thing, being like the Mesprit, the Articuno if it wants to switch in, which is insane. The Wigglytuff, maybe, the Dusclops. We can really wear down mons like that. We have Close Combat, obviously, so we have Fighting type Stab to hit as hard as we can on a lot of these normal types. We have Stone Edge for the Articuno and stuff like that. And then we have Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is important for the Mesprit. It could be really cool to hit that thing with a Sucker Punch if it's trying to U-turn out or something like that, or if it wants to try to pick up the kill here. And it's potentially in range of the Sucker Punch. We can Sucker Punch it and drop it, which would be awesome. So that is the plan with Hitmontop. Next up, the mon that I was referring earlier when I was talking about Sabbath Sipper on Sawsbuck, being our Choice Scarf Imposter Ditto. Now, if I can get the Toxic on Sawsbuck, one of the moves I feel like it's gonna try to go for is Horn Leech, because Horn Leech is a move that will at least recover its HP so that it won't die to Toxic as fast. So if I can copy the Sawsbuck, it won't be able to use that move on me, and that'll be great, especially if it is the Sabbath Sipper build. So that's cool. I'll also be able to scout what kind of abilities some of his mons have, so that I'll know best how to deal with them. Like, Ditto, I feel, is more than likely going to be my lead in this matchup, because I'm going to try to scout out his team as much as I can. So I think that'd be really, really cool. Yeah, Ditto's really, really fun mon to have overall. I think in this matchup, I think it can do real good work for us. And copying some of the mons on my opponent's team is actually can be really clutch if it works out for me. So I'm really looking forward to giving that a shot. Yeah, so that is our Ditto this week. Just going to be Choice Scarfed and kicking ass. Next up, we have Tongue Game, the Licky Licky Leftovers, mostly physically defensive, with a little bit of Spadef and the Careful Nature. Wish, Heal Bell, Knockoff, and Toxic. We have Knockoff just so that we're not walled by Dusclops, so we can at least hit it with something, and we can also Toxic it. We have Wish and Heal Bell to keep our team healthy. And obliviously, we can't get taunted. It's as simple as it gets. This set's not spectacular, but it's the best we could come up with for it, and I really didn't have anything else that I wanted to bring this week. So Licky Licky is here, and with that is going to be our team. I want to explain Licky Licky more, but there's not much left to explain. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below, and stick around for the battle that we are going into right now. Alright guys, we are here for our battle against Brawler and the Lake City Liepards. He is going to be bringing here the Mesprit, the Hitmonlee, the Furret, the Magmar, the Articuno, and the Wigglytuff. So looking at this matchup, I'm just going to think like leading with Electrode is usually 9 out of 10 times my best option, just because it's A, faster than every mon on their team, and B, just overall a great Pokemon to lead with. So we're going to lead with our Electrode, as he's actually going to lead with his Magmar. So we are going to, right off the bat, go for our Volt Switch. No reason not to. We're going to Volt Switch out. See that he's a bit more of a Spadef build, which is kind of cool. He's going to go for a Substitute. So we go into our Ditto here. We see that he is Sub, Flare Blitz, Thunder Punch, and Power Punch. He's a Sub Power Punch set, and Thunder Punch does not break his Sub. So it's just very unfortunate. We're just going to keep going for Thunder Punches here, though, because realistically, we know that we can just kill this thing outright with our Frogadier. So as long as he doesn't go for Sub on this turn, as we go for Thunder Punch, we're safe. So he just goes for Thunder Punch to kill us, which is great news for me, as I'm going to be able to go into my Frogadier, click Scald, and pick him off. So that is 1 kill for Frogadier in this game. Frogadier is a goddamn legend. He's going to go into his Hitmonlee here, and realistically, Silvally Ghost, which is the main reason we brought Silvally Ghost for the Hitmonlee, shuts down all sets. So if he goes for Knockoff, it's not going to do as much because of the simple fact that we are unable to take boosted damage from Knockoff because of our Silvally memories. Not being able to be knocked off, which is great. If he goes for Fake Out, trying to be a Fake Out on Burden set, it won't pop the normal gem or anything, so we'll be pretty safe there. And if he's Scarfing, going for something like High Jump Kick, we're safe. So he actually does go for the High Jump Kick. He's going to crash and to lose that 50%. Now we're going to be able to go into our... We're going to go for a Parting Shot as he goes into his Furret. And we're going to go now into our Hit on Top, hitting him with the Intimidate again. So -2. I'm figuring he's going to swap out. He's going to go for Super Fang here, which is alright, whatever, no big deal. I'm going to Toxic this thing, and it's going to start getting whittled down. Now, thinking that he's in this negative position, he's going to want to switch out. No, he's just going to go for a Toxic on me, which is alright. I went for the double Toxic thinking he would switch. Did not work out, but that's fine. Regardless, Hitmontop is in a bit of a pickle. Bit of a predicament. As I'm going to go into my Electrode, and he's going to knock off my Expert Belt. Now, I Volt Switch, and I think about going into Silvally, because he will die to the Toxic here. But instead, I do just go into my Hitmontop, as he's going to be able to Super Fang again, which is fine. No big deal here. Hitmontop is essentially a sack at this point. So he's going to go into his Mesprit, and he's going to go for a Charge Beam. Does not get the boost, but he's going to be able to take out our Hitmontop. I just didn't want to switch into anything, didn't want anything else taking that damage. We're going to go down to Silvally, and we're going to click Parting Shot as we make a massive mistake, forgetting that competitive Wigglytuff is a thing. So now this thing is a massive threat as it's now sitting at +3 special attack. Yikes. So we're going to go into our Electrode, and we're going to start trying to whittle this thing down. We're going to go for a Volt Switch here and get a decent chunk of damage off. And then we go now out into our Licky, our bulkiest Mon on our team, to try to handle this threat. He's going to go for Rocks as I'm going to go for a Toxic on this thing. He's going to set up a Wish, which is a very smart play on his part. I'm going to go for a knockoff here as he's actually going to go out into his Hitmonlee. So kind of wasting the competitive boost. I was really confused as to why he did that. But he's going to be able to catch that Wish as we knock off his Choice Scarf. He's going to go for Blaze Kick here, though. Not wanting to go for the High Jump Kick, trying to take that, not want to take that risk with Silvally again. Understandably so. But he's going to be able to go for that. He's going to go for that Blaze Kick. Now, thinking he's going to go for a High Jump Kick now, I'm going to go into my Silvally, but he just keeps going for Blaze Kick, which is smart. I understand that entirely. So that's the plan here. So we're going to go into Silvally. We're not going to Parting Shot this time. We're going to go for a Rock Slide as the Wigglytuff comes in. We are going to now switch into our Frogadier so that we can, realistically, so that we can take any one hit and we can potentially kill this thing off with one of our nice stab at Protean boosted moves. That move is going to be Ice Beam. We are going to go for that Protean Ice Beam and knock out the Wigglytuff. He is now going to go into his Articuno, and we go for Rock Slide, and we are going to miss. Changes our typing, but we miss, which is bullshit, and he's going to go for Hail. So, I believe he gets something like Ice Body or some shit, so he can heal himself. So I'm going to go for Rock Slide this turn. It's going to do 63%. This is a massive chunk of damage. And he's going to get up the Aurora Veil. That's annoying as fuck. We're just taking Hail damage. I'm going to go for a Rock Slide here again. We do a decent chunk of damage, and we're actually going to get the flinch. That is huge. That is the biggest, like, the crit earlier on the Ferret didn't really matter. But this crit right here, or this flinch right here with the Rock Slide, that's huge. So we're going to be able to flinch him and then go for Scald and be able to knock him out. Now, I don't know how many turns of Aurora Veil there are going to be. So I'm actually going to hard switch out of my Frogadier, go into my Licky. He's going to go for a Charge Beam. Now, the Hail is gone, but the Aurora Veil is still here, obviously. He's going to go for a Psychic here, and I'm going to go for a knockoff on this Mesprit. Get out some damage off, and it's going to be Assault Vest. So that's huge, because now without that Assault Vest, and once the Aurora Veil goes away, which shows that he has Light Clay on his Articuno, once the Aurora Veil goes away, we can potentially KO him with our Darkanium Z on our Frogadier. But we have to be smart about it. So 2 turns left. At this point, he's going to kill off my Licky with a Psychic, now that he has split +1. Now we're going to go into Silvally, and now that we can freely click Defog, we're going to defog these rocks away on this and get rid of the Aurora Veil at the same time. He's going to be able to Shadow Ball, kill off my Silvally, and now we can safely go into our Frogadier and claim ourselves kill number 4. We go for the Darkanium Z, the Black Hole Eclipse, and we're just going to absolutely demolish this Mesprit, get it out of my sight. Now he's going to go into his Hitmonlee, and it's a little bit more specially bulky, so I'm just going to go straight for a Scald here. Does not matter, because we're going to do like 41%, knock him out. We're going to be hit with a Poison Jab, and then to close out this game, we're going to go into our MVP, always MVP, Blue Ball is the Electrode, go for that Thunderbolt, and knock out the Hitmonlee, picking up the 1-0 victory against Brawler and the Lake City Liepard. So, really awesome game. I'm really happy that Frogadier is putting in so much work. I don't know if they're doing like an MVP race. I don't remember if they are or not. But if they are, Frogadier has got to be up there somewhere. Frogadier absolutely has to be up there somewhere. We actually do not have a an MVP race going at all. But that's fine. That is totally fine. If they were, we would probably be near the top. So, knowing that in my mind makes me happy. That's all that matters to me. So, regardless, we pick up a big victory here, and I'm very pleased about that fact. But hopefully we can keep up this momentum in future. Hopefully we can keep this momentum going in this league. But thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, guys, I am PokePrimer, signing off. Peace.